You're welcome back to the show. Now, it is the very epitome of the Ghanaian people. It creates laughter from the very things that you can relate to. I told you so. That's a movie set in the post-colonial Ghanaian days, and you shall remember a few lines from it. Here are some excerpts before I tell you about a group that's going to be reenacting this movie.
Okay. Oh yeah, went out for some clues to snow, and when he shouted, oh yeah, people start to laugh at it. When the other pipe organ, so bomba papa, mo, oko, and when he shouted, oh yeah. And what a mob one as some about to be rough boy. Rough man. Yeah. I mean, you've let that day. Secure way of your massam. Muslim in peace can ask him. Now, what will be not be learning be my for your body? My friend, you could get a room and come chatting. On a memory, being a lomo. Oh, have we better very down. Really, my way. I can't have a young person. I would when you're eating. Don't need to be a little. I'm a sectional assembly to our getting there. Yeah. No way, meeting you. No fancy, no, I'm profiting. But if you're not fancy, what from Oshiabo, but in your team, no profiting on a desk at a woman. General Post Office, Mr. Oshiabo, oh, I'm so a friend Jones. Jones. J-O-N-C. Oh, did it? No, sir. You don't know.
So those are scenes that I remember very well as a child. Now, a group of talented young people will be reenacting that particular movie on August 6th, and I have two of them, two of those who will be two of the cast, right, in the movie right here with me in the studio. Helen Diaba is an actress in the stage play that you're going to put out. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Also in the studio with me is Gamel Apalayini. What does that mean?
My name?
Yes, a surname.
Oh, it means God gives.
God gives.
Yes.
Wow. All right. So these two people will be a part of a bigger group that will reenact that, put life back in that black and white movie, which I love so much. Tell us a bit about it. Whose idea was it to put this together and, as in, bring this story back to life, so to speak? Maybe I can start with you, okay, so they don't say I'm being female biased.
Don't worry about that. Well, it was the idea of our director, Abdul Karim Hakib.
Okay.
Well, he's a lecturer at the Department of Theatre at University of Ghana.
Okay.
And so he made it a point to bring together a group of very talented actors, musicians, and dancers, so we could reenact this legendary classic movie that everybody watches and loves so much.
Right.
Yes.
So who are you in the play?
I am the air hostess and
the air hostess.
Yes.
Okay. So who is what's her name? The lady who got married. Rosina. Rosina. Who is Rosina?
She's also a student.
Okay. So you're all like students of University of Ghana.
Yes.
And she decided to put this together. Who are you in the play?
I play Kobna Jones.
Kobna Jones.
The rich man that was.
Okay, give me a few lines.
Okay, so
when you met Kobna Jones is going to meet my favorite character, Osiabrobo. When your Osiabo is going to hit the egg like that. Okay, give me a few lines from Kobna Jones. Masa Acto.
I want to do it with her.
Okay, go ahead, let's see. So you two, Kobna Jones meets this air hostess on his way back from Nigeria.
Yes, but they don't have any conversation, but we have something special for you.
Okay, let's see. Okay, go for it.
Grace.
Uncle.
Oh, Grace.
Brother.
Gracie.
Wofa.
Hey, no. We need shrimp into a Grace na uncle. Grace na offer. Hey, Grace. Bisa wasam kakra. Depia waya ifun me ude ezia ifunechi aplanke na daben na also ebewor.
Merchant. May you quote fi eziegu. Na dey be yegu onu mo wa.
Merchant may yimi quote fi na mizegu. No Grace adabraka ati osande mi quote miri yingu ho ne miri yingu ho china. Sikesu miri nyebi nze awu ne mu de mara na ebebo brobe 24 na enya kunu ware ya ati. Yo.
I see. So what? This is an addition to the original movie.
This is in the original movie.
Okay, give us the synopsis of the original movie and how different it is from the old one that we know.
Okay, so it's the story of Kwesi and his wife Araba Stamp, famously,
right,
and their daughter Rosina. Kwesi doesn't want his daughter Rosina to get married to a rich man because he feels that it's burdensome. And so Kobna Jones comes along and throws money around and then wants to marry Rosina. Araba Stamp and the Siabrobo go against the wishes of Kwesi and they go ahead to marry Rosina off too. And at the wedding ceremony, the police invade the premises and then it is revealed that Kobna Jones was actually a thief.
It was actually a thief. So what is it that you're adding to it?
Well, what we've added, I'd like...
Okay, we're adding choral music, Hawaiian music, dancing, singing. It's a whole mixture.
Okay. All right. Well, we're talking about Araba Stamp. We all know her. At a point, she came back into acting, and she was a part of Efira, the famous TV series there. She died, unfortunately. I have a little bit of her, Araba Stamp, to show you when she was much younger. We've been speaking to some people. What do they remember about this particular movie? Hear what they had to say. When we come back, we'll finish up the conversation.
I told you so, yeah. It's a very nice film. It's a Ghanaian film. And it portrayed our culture. Then also the funny side of it, where the woman trying to force their daughter to marry that man. But then also you must, to me, I say that for you to get to marry somebody, you must observe before you get to marriage. Because marriage is an institution, not something that we just run into it. So I thought it's a very good and nice movie that can help and portray African culture, in Ghanaian especially.
The only person I remember is Araba Stamp saying something, but I just can't recollect whatever she said. It's an old movie, you understand? So I have the strong belief that when it's being marketed well, people will definitely come and then watch it.
If the present actors and actresses want to redo that movie, I think we might not get the originality of the movie. Why? Because a lot of things has changed. Talk of technology, a lot of things have changed. So maybe they might be able to get it, but the authenticity of the movie we may not get.
A lady was going to marry, and then her father told her not to go, and because he don't know the man. But the uncle and then the mother forced her to go into the marriage. And at the end of the day, we all see what happened. And it became a disgrace to them. It teaches how to dress in African dressing, and then how to speak our own language too. How to learn the language, and it teaches us also, like what I've thought about it is if whatever your parents will tell you when you are going to marriage, you have to listen to your parents.
Bibiana maybe. Obo gbe amere sumo we. E ti ba no be ja maybe mondi. O se Bibiana maybe. Uwe, matra pa mo akọ. Me di mebe jawo.
Akwande.
Me kwa.
Yeah, amena bedi na esikwema zawe ebia.
Ada. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Makano aye mpa madahama kama aye mo na ode osikanyi money man me kudi sikafoche na orbo wala bofre na awore kan bibi wo fi ade ntwe osikanyi biala na wawe busuam bibi anyam yompo wa wori me de.
All right, so those are some of the scenes from I Told You So, the original play, which people think or feel this might not necessarily be able to portray the originality, they say. How do you address that?
Well, I'm saying they should come to the Accra International Conference Center on Sunday, 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. and come and see for themselves an original portrayal of quality Ghanaian culture in terms of clothing, the hairstyles. You can see our wig here, the music, Palm Wine music, which highlight music originally was taken from all that is going to be presented to you in a very dynamic and authentic form. So it's not a knockoff of the original movie, but a very true to life representation of the original film. And it might interest you to know that we've got in touch with some of the old cast and their family members, and so this has been quite a journey.
What did they say?
Well, they were very happy that this was being brought to life. Yesterday we spoke to Rosina's daughter. And then
Rosina's daughter?
Yes, and so it was very nostalgic. It was a very good feeling for them. They know that we are doing something quality. They've come to see our rehearsals, and we are being supported. We are being supported by a lot of people that know that what we have is some good stuff. And our director is a visionary, so he knows what he was doing. Our rehearsal process, the auditioning, we've been rehearsing for almost a year. And all
why should people, let me ask you, and that will be our final take on this, why should people be interested in this kind of movie, in the fact that you're even bringing this back to life? Why should we be interested at all?
Well, I'll say that if they really want to appreciate Ghanaian culture, they should come and watch I Told You So, because we are really going to portray the Ghanaian culture, and it's like we are portraying, the fancy aspect, but it's blended into all. Okay, so a bit of the
post-colonial days and contemporary times, you'd say. Yes. I see. It's very interesting having this conversation with you. I wish that we had a bit more time and that we'll be able to play a bit more of the movie, which I'll take my time to watch once again. It does relax our muscles, doesn't it? Okay. Well, I've been having this conversation with Helen Deaba. She's an actress. She's an air hostess in the movie. Well, not in the movie, but in the stage play. Yeah. That will be organized on the 6th of August at the conference center. Also here is Gamel Apalaini. He's an actor, also playing Kobna Jones, the rich man from Nigeria.
Yes, the original rich man.
I look forward to seeing that play. Thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Thank you too for having me.
All right, well, we're still keeping you laughing a little bit, and I'm sure by now you're aware about the KJTR versus Makola, that satire. It's just something that, well, makes you laugh a lot more if you're one of the people like me who likes to laugh. Here are excerpts of what's going to air this weekend.
What is the case for today?
Your Honor, my client here is a man who is a plaintiff, and this woman who sit there denies this thing like this. It's a defendant. Even, Your Honor, they say that the book, you don't judge him by the cover. True. Your Honor, this woman...
The defendant?
The defendant. Teach my client a lesson. Not 1, 2, 3 or ABCD. That. My client married this woman 5 years.
Married?
The woman, The woman murdered my client 5 years.
Objection, Your Honor. Your Honor, according to the suit, there's nothing pertaining to murder here.
Look at this man. I blame my suit. I say the murder. You say that.
No, but what we have before us does not include murder.
Yeah, because I don't want to put that in there. So that I tell you, and you say that you do your face like this. This is what I want. The same thing, do your face. So, yeah. The woman murdered my client 5 years.
And your client is still alive after the murder, 5 years?
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Because the woman murdered my client this thing, sperm, 5 years.
Can you stick to the case you have before all of us?
Okay. Felici Campus Enchanum Perfume Chromatus.
That is the case we have before us. No. I don't see anything
That one is not on the distance.
So I said just
it's
stick...
Latin.
For what?
Obedi apimame apimo de. Anye dio hane how.
Which part of stick to what we have here don't you understand?
If I stick to this thing, then read the thing and let me sit down. I have to explain the thing right so that you know that this is this thing. That's why I become law.
But can you speed up the process?
I speed for you, okay? Your Honor, Genesis 38, verse 9 to 10. He said something.
Genesis 38.
Yeah. 9 to 10. He said that somebody in the Bible, they call him Onan or something.
Let's do a bit of fashion now, and we'll have in the studio an amazing teenage designer who's going to tell us about how the journey has been like. Her name is Lololi Kwashiga. Now, she's a 14-year-old junior high school graduate who owns a company, lololi.co. She holds exhibitions and has been in the business for about 3 years now. Well, a little bit of something to inspire young people out there. Lololi, that's a very nice name. You're welcome.
Thank you.
What does your name mean?
It means there's love. It's Ewe.
There's love. Lololi. So is that Lololi or Lololi?
Lololi.
Lololi.
Yes.
Aha. Okay. All right. So tell us a bit about your fashion line. How did you start?
Well, I've been designing for some time now. It's just recently, about 2 years ago, that I started having fashion shows because I realized that I can actually start something real out of what I have the talent.
You're what, 14 years?
Yes.
So you've been designing since you were
Actually,
11?
Since I was 7.
Since you were 7?
Yeah. But
Okay.
then I started having fashion shows at 11.
Fashion shows. So you make the clothes and then you get people to wear it and then
Yeah,
exhibit.
I actually call my friends to come and model as well because they also have talents like that. So they're also coming to exhibit their talent.
I see. How did you know that you could make dresses or that you could design something?
Well, it was like a natural ability because I just discovered that I could draw and I could sketch outfits like that. So I just took it up and I started to do many things.
But drawing is one thing and putting it together in a dress is another.
Well, for that, I learned how to sew on YouTube and I learned everything that I know on YouTube. I learned how to sew on YouTube and I learned how to create clothes and all of that on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yes.
Oh wow! For how long did it take you to put yourself together and to know exactly how to do what?
Well, it took about a year because I actually delayed 1 year. I would have started earlier, but then because I was like the first person to be able to do that, I had to take 1 year off to learn everything and learn how to relate with people in the business world because you can't just do it by yourself.
So you're doing it as a business now?
Yes.
Are your parents supporting you?
Yes, they are, of course.
How are they supporting you?
Well, I don't get anything apart from lunch money, so my dad helps by funding the programs.
Oh, okay. So your dad but you make profits, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, and then it goes back to your dad who's funding your...
No, we just keep it for the next show.
For the next show?
Yes.
What kind of dresses do you make? I mean, I've seen some of your pictures that we've just rolled, but do you make like dresses for older people, or you're making stuff for?
Actually, what I make is suitable for both younger people and both older people. So it's like for everyone. I do for male and for female, and it's for both old and young people. Okay.
So what do you have names for your designs? What would you call what we're seeing right now? This one.
Well, that's an African brand that was showcased last year, and it's called Nkoko.
Nkoko. Why?
Which means cocoa.
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 Yes.
Okay, so why is that so?
Well, cocoa is very popular in Ghana,
In Ghana.
so I just figured that if I use that name, it will reflect Ghanaian culture.
What do you hope to achieve in the next, let's say, 4 or 5 years with this?
Well, personally, I'm just discovering all my talents and pursuing them because I act as well.
Okay.
And with the fashion brand, I just want to be able to showcase my talents now so that in future I have multiple options, whether I'll do fashion design or act or do something else.
I'm sure a number of your friends are watching you. There are also lots of young people. We're streaming on Facebook Live. I'm sure lots of people are watching you on Facebook as well. If you were to encourage them, what would you tell them?
Well, I want to say that you should follow your dreams despite your age. It doesn't matter. You should explore your talents and work very hard on your talents, because very soon we are going to be replaced by machines and stuff like that. So discover your God-given talents and develop them, because that's what you are going to be making money off.
Oh, that's what you're going to make money of. You're making a lot of money yourself, aren't you?
Well, for a 14-year-old, I feel as if it's enough.
For a 14-year-old, you're doing good.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Do you know I Told You So? Have you watched that movie before?
Oh.
No. Oh, yeah. You're probably too young for that. Anyway, we wish you all the best with your designs. When are you making something for me?
Oh, whenever you're ready.
I'm ready now.
Then we'll link up.
Okay, we'll link up, she says. Well, just so you know, my dress is not by her anyway. It's by Black ID. My dress for today is by Black ID. But today we're looking at Lololi Kwashiga, who is a 14-year-old fashion designer, and she's here to encourage all of you young people out there to work hard on your talents. Lololi, thank you very much for passing through.
You're welcome.
I look forward to my dress, by the way.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, if you walk or drive through across suburbs, you're very likely to sight lots of beautifully painted homes. But have you ever wondered what informs people's choice of paint for their homes? Well, experts say the color of your home has a lot to say about who you are, your personality. In our JoyNews agenda today, building up to the big multi-TV housing fair, Nancy Emefa Dradosi speaks to interior decor specialist Vivienne Ejapoma Ofori on color and personality.
It's believed that colors affect the mood of people and also determine the personality they have. How true is this assertion? In our quest to find out whether these assertions are true, we chanced upon this beautiful house right behind me. Multiple colors. It's a story building, has lots of colors. So we're going to be finding out from the owner of this house why she chose the colors she did and what influenced her choice of colors. We see white for the shop. We see a bit of pink. Then we come down again and we're seeing green. Then guess what? There's another ash color here. So let's find out, because there are lots of colors you're supposed to explore in this particular one. So if my camera can also capture this, we still have light green. You know, this is still ash. Then we move inside. We have, you know, a very brown door for this one. Then join me. Here we have yellow. Okay, so you can see pink. Then here we see another pink. We see white, and then we see blue. So this person actually has lots of colors going around, and I'm wondering why she would choose such colors.
My bedroom is a cream color.
Cream.
Yeah.
Cream. Okay. So why cream?
Well, I like something like bright or not. What did I say? That's the color I choose. It's nice to me. If the night or so, and so you can see everything clear.
Okay.
That's why I choose cream color for the bedroom. In the city room, I have orange and white. Okay. Green is something like every. If you choose a green, it's a nice color. Which how did I say? I like orange, lemon green.
Okay.
I like it. That's why. Freshness, everything fresh. Food stuff is green and so. So that's why I choose it. If you watch this, it's not nice, ash and white.
I think it's nice.
Everybody can, oh, why you like this place is nice? So because of the color, the branding God has choose for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivian Ejapoma Ofori is an interior decor specialist. She confirms to us that most of her clients choose the colors, which speaks a lot about their general outlook.
It also depends on your personality, how you view your environment. And the environment can be your room, can be outside, and the kind of atmosphere you want to create. So if you want to be, if you are that loving and cheerful and always want to jump around, then I think you want to go for a very bright color. Otherwise, if you're also very warm, quiet, on the low side, you want to go for some warm colors that you want to really relax in your own atmosphere. So it all goes together to make sure that you are creating a perfect atmosphere for your own feeling. And I think it's good.
Listen to what country manager of Africala, Dauda Kamar, advice you look out for when choosing a color for your home.
When you are going to choose a color, especially due to the, let's say, due to the environment, because if you are choosing a color that will get dirty quick, then it means you are going to maybe suffer yourself because it will stain very quick. So normally you have to choose the color according to the environment and also according to your taste, of course, according to your taste. So, and the color must also go with where you want to put it. For example, if you come and tell me you want to use dark colors into a house for the inside of the house where the windows are too small, I will tell you no. Because at the end of the day, your house will be like a prison. When you enter the house, you will not enjoy the house.
Color. Everyone has a flavor. I inquired from these children what their preferred colors would be for their dream house. Color white. Where for color being?
White.
White. One way.
White.
Hey. Where color white? One way.
Orange.
Orange. Where color being? Indigo. What name indigo color? So these are children from Manteba. They are I don't know whether they actually know the colors they are mentioning, but I just actually hope they do. But for me, here at Manteba at East Airport, I'm MFA Nancy Jadosi reporting for JoyNews.
Gary Smith is standing by with sports on the pulse. Please stay.